Yep.
Do you do sound check?
Yep.
You got it. That guy that comes up with Eric. Yeah. He will not shut up. Ever. He will talk.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Tackle Shop Live. Oh, yeah. Patrick Kingery, first one in the house tonight. Right on, brother. The next day you called me up. Lane Graves, how are you, pal? Robert Murray, down in Tennessee. Yes, sir, brother. Good to see you, man. Galen, how are you, Galen? Good to see you, pal. Hope everything is going well with everybody tonight. Conway Hayden, Scott Lockoff. Yeah, Thomas Buckley. Michael Bradley. Robert Mills. Marky, how are you, bud? Joseph Cascarino. Ed Relnowski. Ed, good to see you, buddy. David Stottlemyre, I got your baits out for you, David. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, buddy. They're on the way to you right now. You were smart. You got in right away, buddy. Good job. Good job. Jim Orwig. Renshaw, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, pal. Danny Poust. Jim Saban. Yeah, Bob Donahue. Mike Hayer. Hey, everybody's checking in. Hello, hello, hello. Kirk Blackador. Al Arman. Little Rich. Jeff Santangelo. Man, oh, man. Crappy Kev. Oh, boy. Man, we got special guests tonight. GDP, Greg Dipalma is in the house. There he is right there. So we got a lot going on with him tonight. So excited to have him here. He called me. He said, I'm going to be around. I said, you're damn right you're going to be around. A little longer than you like, but you're staying. Man. Good to see everybody. Dick Cole's in the house. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We are no longer doing the Nomad Designs deal anymore. And so that was a great run. We had a good time at it. But that is ended 2 weeks ago, I think it was, Nick. That ended 2 weeks ago. So correct. That is over. And we still sell the baits. They're all great baits. Still sell them. But we no longer do the Nomad Designs giveaway. Okay. Man, oh, man, oh, man. This is Tackle Shop Live. For everybody who doesn't know, I'm sure everybody does because you're tuning in. My name is Mike Acord. This is George Acord. Behind the cameras, cameraman Nick, and special guest right there, GDP, Greg Dipalma, our man, Elite Series angler, the myth, guide on the Chesapeake Bay, badass, catching giants down there.
It's been good.
The legend, the Jersey legend, catches every damn thing down there and wins everything in Jersey. So Greg Dipalma is in the house. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, you weren't going anywhere. We were stopped in and talked some business. Hey, by the way, you're staying the rest of the night.
It's definitely nice to be here. It's always good to see you guys.
I know you love doing this. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, but he's hardcore because, Greg, what time did you start this morning?
I got up at 3:15. Did a guide trip today. Now I'm here. I'm driving back. Got a guide trip tomorrow on the Sassafras.
Look at that.
Yeah, he messing around.
How is it, Greg, being back up and running with your Chesapeake guide service?
So not a lot of guys don't know this. So I would do maybe like 5 to 10 special trips a year, never posted. But this year we had a really big break. So I put a post out there for doing guide trips. Thank you guys so much. It filled up right away. All you guys mean the world to me. And the trip's been good. Here's the best part. So about half the clients I've had so far are the same people that come to Bass Fest, the same people that come to Cabin Fever. So, when you do a seminar in front of the people, you can only take in or get so much. But when you could actually go out in the water with me,
one-on-one,
and talk shop and catch fish and I try to do the best I can. For example, like today we did a trip on the bay, and it was a little bit slow at first. Started catching some fish, kind of slowed down. Today we did 6 to 2. It was 2 o'clock. I turned to the guy and I said, "You still got some time?" He says, I'm got nowhere to go." I put a whole another hour in, dude, and that hour was absolutely magical. That last hour, just an additional hour, because man,
the tide got right, everything got right.
I truly care. Like, I want to give you the best experience possible.
Oh yeah,
seriously.
Yeah.
So when you come to the store, we talk about all this cool stuff, but man, to see it firsthand has got to be very special.
Yeah. That I tell you, that one-on-one is there's nothing like it. And you can really get your stuff answered.
For sure.
That's cool stuff right there. Well, I'll tell you, everybody, we just got home from ICAST. I'm still recovering, Nick.
I know what you mean.
I mean, that absolutely kicked my ass this year.
But you guys,
We just don't laugh. It's not funny.
oh, I think it's funny.
We had the worst traveling experience. I think maybe this could be second to the one where we missed a plane, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
But this, this is almost as bad as that. It was just horrible traveling. The only problem with the ICAST show is getting there and coming home from it. That's it. The show itself is freaking awesome.
Here's the funny thing about that. So I drive.
I know you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm almost better off
Yes, you are.
because when I hear your guys' stories, I'm like, I might get home before they do.
I'm telling you the truth. George and I were like, we're going to drive next year. I mean, I don't know. It just, it's the time of the year of storms and the lightning and the way these the airlines are. If there's a strike of lightning, they wait 20 minutes. That's the law. They can't go anywhere for 20 minutes. So if it's a strike of lightning and then 10 minutes goes by and there's another one, so there's 20 minutes they have to wait, and then they have to wait another. That's 10 minutes plus another 20 is 30.
Yeah.
And then if there's a strike, in between there, then they got to wait another 20. So it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's horrible.
From the time you left your house to go to the airport to the time you got to ICAST, how many hours was it?
Okay, so we came to work on Monday morning at 8:30. We worked until 6. Our plane was supposed to take off at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so 8 o'clock. So you left at 7:30.
So we worked here, and then before we left, they said, okay, we're going to delay you an hour. So I said, oh, George, we got an hour. Let's go get something to eat. So we go get something to eat, and then while we're eating, they're delaying another hour, and then another hour, and then I said, well, what the hell are we going to do? And then they delayed another hour. So I said, I'm going home. And luckily, we were still in Lancaster, and we were flying out of Lancaster, which is a new thing. And I can't blame the airline because their plane that was going to take us to Orlando was in Orlando, and they were supposed to fly up, drop off, and then go back down to Orlando with us on it.
But what happened, so just to tell you, is Monday night, there were storms in Florida that just wouldn't leave. I mean, they were there.
And Nick said they were horrible. They were horrible ones.
Yep.
So that put a ripple in the whole entire thing. So I kept watching. I went home. I laid down. I tried to think. I put the phone on my chest, so when it would, and I'd look at it. And I'd text George, "I'll meet you there at 2:45," and then lay it on my chest. I just about ready to doze off. Shit, another hour. I'll meet you there at 3:45. It just kept going on and on. So finally, we got on the plane at 4:47,
something like that.
4:47. Flew down there. Landed at 7 a.m.
Oh, so it took you 12 hours.
Yep, 7 a.m. Got to the hotel.
If you go by what it should have been, it took more than 12 hours. It took like 14.
How long did it take you, Nick, to get there?
15 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, how long to get home?
Wasn't that bad coming home, but it was
pretty bad.
It was 4 hours. It was 4 hours.
It was a 4-hour delay.
Yeah, it was 4 hours behind.
There ain't nothing.
But here's the deal on Monday, and the reason I'm saying this because I got to explain something Monday night on our live. All right, I just want to explain that. So we get there 7:30, 7:45 to the hotel, meet up with Nick, and then we have to go right to On the Water. So we go to On the Water. We get there at like 9:30, 9:45, and it's what 150 degrees outside.
No, it wasn't that bad.
It was horrible.
It wasn't too bad.
It was horrible. I was sweating my ass off, but we did the On the Water, and it wasn't as bad as other years, but we did the On the Water, and we do it thoroughly. We don't mess around, very, very thorough, very professional, went through there. And then we get a call about a Shimano thing that we were trying to figure out how to get to. And so we had to go to a Shimano event over at Mudhole, which was 35-minute drive.
Oh, yeah.
So we went right to there and did Mudhole, a big thing with Shimano at Mudhole, which was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And then we had to be back at 5:00 for the new product showcase. And that's where kind of things started falling apart.
It was a good ICAST though, guys.
And guys, you just got to realize I was extremely exhausted at that point.
I bet.
And
okay.
That's the one he's talking.
when I had the droopy eyes and I was saying things and stuff, I mean, I might not have known what I was saying. I'm just saying. I had a couple beers, but it wasn't the beers.
I thought you were just tired.
It was not the beers. Honest to God, I was extremely exhausted.
It was the liquor.
It wasn't the liquor. We didn't have any liquor.
Oh, never mind then.
But we had
You look tired.
the Japanese stuff. What was that? Sake. We had one little thing of sake at the Shimano thing, and I felt like I had to drink it because everybody was doing it, But it wasn't that. And we muscled through.
If everybody's throwing a quickie, you throwing a quickie?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Throwing right behind him.
Oh yeah.
As good as that quickie is, hell yeah. So anyway, we dialed in the next morning, first day of the ICAST, jumped in there, did our appointments. One of the better ICAST, and I'm speaking for George, I think too, and Nick. It was one of our better ICASTs. As a team, Nick, George, and I, honestly, we worked together like flawlessly. I mean, we didn't have to say anything to Nick. Nick knew what to do. He was there. George, had his thing, and we all kind of worked together, and it was very, very productive. We had some great meetings for you guys. I mean, it's all for setting our 26 or 27 season up for you guys, and it was just great, and everybody was cool about it, and we saw some great products and a million stuff, and you guys saw some of the great videos that we had about the products. So
that this year was absolutely your best you have done on videos. Like everything was very good this year.
I thought so.
George, you're extremely good at breaking stuff down, as good as anybody has ever met when it comes to technical side of things.
Yeah,
like you're just laid back and Nick, you did an excellent job with the video. Seriously.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, I'm so happy with all the turnout, the way it turned out. It's a lot of work. It really is. We get there in the morning at 6 or at 9 o'clock is when it opens. We're there and we're the last ones out. First one's in, last one's out every day. They're pushing us out every single day, right to the last minute. And we do that for all the days. And then we had to fly home, and we got on this plane with these screaming kids from Orlando. All those kids were miserable. They were in the heat all week long. They get on this plane, and it all came to a screeching freaking problem. And it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible, the plane ride home, just because of the screaming kids. That was the first time that I actually was ready to say something to somebody, like really bad, something really bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But I didn't. I held it in. George looked at me. And he's like, "If I don't get off this plane right now, man, I am going to."
He was feeling it.
I'm going to die. How about it, George? It was
one
bad.
guy in particular, man. He must have had about 6 or 8 kids, and he was
not fathering at all, was he?
He
was not fathering.
He was one of those bargainers.
Oh yeah.
And I was about ready to drag his ass up the aisle of that plane, beating his ass the whole ways to the front.
Bargaining with your kids.
Now,
what the hell's that?
Landon, son of a bitch.
I'm not a bargainer.
Oh yeah, this guy's.
I show my kids like legit discipline, and my kids they'll tell you that was the best thing that ever, because they're polite, they're responsible, they understand right from wrong, and if they had to get a crack at it, they got a crack.
So guys, I got to ask you a question. So we come back from ICAST, and we've talked about it. We went live, we broke it down, we did everything right. But as you had time to let it soak, what was something that you took away that you're excited about, or that you were just kind of surprised about at ICAST?
Well, Would you say it was as much quickie as what we thought going into
No.
it? Yeah,
A lot of quickie.
it was a lot of quickie, but it wasn't the absolute. George said, but when we walk in there, we're going to see like people with giant quickie hats on walking around everywhere. Like that's how crazy it was going to be.
Quickie earrings.
And it was
Quickie hair.
not everybody had a quickie that you would think everybody would have a quickie or something. But the thing that I'll take away from this is the panicking of the companies that were trying to come up with rigging methods.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was absolute pandemonium with everybody you talk to. They're all trying to come up with these different. They don't know what the right rigging method is at this point. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk with you, Nick, or Greg, tonight about your rigging methods. But owner was trying to figure stuff out. Gamakatsu, they were having meetings with the powerhouses at the table the whole time we were there.
We watched that go down.
Yeah, we watched a lot of that go down, and it was pretty cool to watch how those guys were, looking at all the different hooks and stuff and trying to come up with the right thing. So I noticed that more so than the quickie craze. Everybody had there was a lot of quickies there, like George said. The big quickie thing that I took away from it was the governor, I think I call it
CEO.
Oh, CEO. The CEO with the glass powder dust or something in the plastic, which you don't have to wait. It sinks.
Oh yeah.
It sinks really. They said it sinks really good up to 15 feet. That right speed up to 15 feet. And over that, you have to add weight. Now, I don't know if they're just just kind of saying that or.
Makes sense.
Huh?
That makes sense.
Yeah, because that doesn't seem like a lot of weight.
Yeah. You're saying to 15 feet.
0 to 15.
Yeah, the buoyancy level changes. That makes sense.
Yeah, so the 0 to 15, the fall seems with just glass powder seems to me like it's not a lot of weight.
Well, you're also adding the hook.
Yeah,
A lot of the weight on
Yeah.
these things.
yeah.
You know.
And we talked, and we're going to get into this, but we talked, Greg, about weighting them too heavy, and putting too much weight on them and fishing them, and not being as effective as a lighter weight. So we'll get into that, but so I could kind of see it, but that was my take on it.
Mine was not product related. Mine was the willingness of. I don't think there was as many appointments with the vendors this year, and I think they're willing. You had a little more, quality meetings.
It wasn't as pressed and pushing.
Yeah,
pushy.
It's just like this.
Why do
Yeah.
you think it wasn't?
It just wasn't as many dealers there. I
Yeah,
don't think.
I just think it's
Do you think
there
it's-
wasn't as many dealers. There wasn't as many press. I just think it's, first of all, it's the worst time of the year to go for in the fishing industry. You can't pick. They couldn't make this any worse than if they picked the spring. So it's already at a bad time of the year. So it's a terrible time of the year. And then, you put on top of that the expense,
Yeah.
Everybody.
this day and age, everything is
Everybody's
elevated.
everybody's looking
So-
at their bottom line.
It's an expensive trip. And I just feel like the quality, like I know we schedule meetings with all the people that are important to us. And those meetings are quality, get stuff done meetings
What it's
where
supposed to be.
Yeah.
we outline 2027 and we get the ball rolling. So for me, I love the tackle. I went through it with a fine tooth comb.
Fun.
The other thing that was different this year is a lot of the launch. It was the smallest amount of launches that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As far as the amount of product being debuted, smallest I've ever seen. But a lot of the stuff we got, not a lot, but a fair amount, decent amount of stuff we got full sample runs on going back 2 months ago. So we didn't have like maybe not production models of everything, but we had pretty close.
Could see everything and kind of get an idea.
And we've been fishing it. You know,
Yeah.
we've been able to fish it, and you know, we did.
We were whacking them on some of the Rapala samples the Sunday before we left.
Yeah, and the
We were
Z-Man,
whacking them.
you know, Z-Man. We're gonna have a little post-show breakdown here in a few minutes, of you know what stood out to everybody. The Z-Man sinking plastics, pretty legit, and you know, we had samples since probably May.
That's way better. You can fish them and talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
They have a fluke bait they're calling the Stunt Man. They have a wacky worm bait they call the Kingpin, but we were able to fish them.
Is that something new? You guys aren't used to that?
Well, if you know Elastec floats.
Yeah, no, I'm saying new as far as getting that.
Oh
product.
no, we've always gotten samples, but not this many.
That's good.
So I think some of the players
They were ahead of the ball. The
were
ball
ahead of
game.
the curve.
They were definitely ahead. Wasn't so last minute like so many other years. Guys are just like showing up with stuff that they don't even know if it's the right thing or not. You know, some of the stuff they would say don't reel it around, you know, with a reel. They, you know, this isn't, this is just a prototype.
Wow. And
And they would give it to you and you turn the handle, it'd be like the grossest thing in the world. I mean, I wouldn't even have brought it.
no doubt.
Remember how many times that happened to us?
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, but they told you not to reel it.
What are you going to do when they hand you a reel?
Reel it.
It's the first thing you do. I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah, a lot of 3D printed samples.
Yeah.
You know, because they're trying to show you something.
Yeah.
This year was a little different. So I mean, I thought it was a great ICAST. You know, it's a terrible time to go. And you know,
Yeah.
overall, it's a giant pain in the ass. But I really enjoy it.
When you finally get there, we're tackle junkies, just like you guys are. You guys come into this shop and you're really like, oh man, this is great. That's that's what it is for us. It's really really cool to go in there and do our shopping, you know, really finalize our shopping and look at some cool stuff and talk to everybody. And so it's fun. I mean, I like going.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. All right. Well, I mean, that was that. I do want to mention one thing here before I really get the show going here is August the 8th, Nick, is our Susquehanna River Kayak Classic. August the 8th. We're signing up guys right now. You go on TourneyX and you look up 2026 Susquehanna River Kayak Classic, and that'll get you right to the page, and you can go right in there. We have a great sponsor again this year, 13 Fishing, who is going to give us a rod for your entry. Your entry fee is $150, and you get a fishing rod with that. So it's great. It's a good one. It's the new rod that Dustin Cannell is fishing. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's high quality rod. Enzo. Yeah, we're gonna get the Enzos for everybody. And you get a rod out of the deal. So it's the kind of way we like to do things, where we get you guys out there, we get you fishing, we get you to experience what tournament fishing is. And in this case, it's the kayak fishing world, and you can try a tournament and you get a rod for it, and you don't have to be worried about losing $150, you know, because you're getting something for it. Last year it went over really well. We had a lot of people involved with the tournament. So this year we're going to run it again, and we're going to see exactly what it's going to take. Is it going to take 100 inches? I keep saying 100, looking for 100. 98 is like really possible, but I'm looking for 100.
I have a question
Yeah.
concerning the kayak tournament.
Yeah.
Did you say that 13 Fishing is providing everyone with an Enzo?
Yeah.
Have you confirmed that with Dustin Cannell?
I don't know if I confirmed it, but it's kind of like this, what everybody's kind of thinking, but we don't know yet for sure.
I'm just gonna say that's $160-something rod.
No, it's the one that he fished last year.
Oh, okay. So scratch the whole Enzo.
Well, I don't know what the name is. I don't know what the name is. That's Rapala's fault. They didn't tell, or 13 Fishes, but they didn't tell me what it was. But it's that kind of rod. It's a great rod. Like last year, we gave away the Oath. This year, we're going to give away something else. Now, here's another thing. If you sign up between now and next Wednesday, we are going to draw for 2 boards. And they are what was the board that we were using, the original one?
The catch.
The catch. The graphite one. So we got 2 of those boards that we're going to give away. We're going to draw whoever signs up between the beginning until Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're going to draw on Wednesday night, and we're going to announce it on our Tackle Shop Live on Thursday next week for who's going to get those boards. Those boards are like $50, aren't they, George?
I think they're more than that. But
Yeah.
I don't really know that brand that well.
Yeah, it's whatever the graphite one. And you know what? Give me a second.
Beats me. I'm not sure what the price range is on those. I know they're nice boards.
Yeah, it's called the Catch Carbonite. It's the Catch Carbonite rod or board. Mike Reinhold got them donated for the drawing, and it's an entry before Wednesday and next week. We're going to draw, and you're going to get a chance to win that one of 2 boards. So if you're going to get in now. We're shooting for 150 people. We're going to fill this sucker up, and the winning purse, if we get 150 people, is $10,000 for first place. Greg,
I might buy a kayak.
I know, dude.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for a kayak tournament.
Well, if
And
I'm not mistaken, you won 10,000 in a kayak tournament once.
Almost 15.
Oh,
Yeah, but
now how
was-
did that work
That
out?
was 225 kayaks.
Oh,
225. So we have 150, and we're giving away over $18,500 in
that
payout.
didn't hurt your feelings, did it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
For $250. No, you guys literally in my opinion, per boat, you have the best payout out there.
Oh yeah.
And it's a 1 day, not a 2 day.
All right. And we're looking for it. And,
One day.
and that's what we're looking to do. We want, and we're not keeping it. We're keeping our expense money. And that's it, which is peanuts. Really.
And Miller Lite.
And if we get 150 people, we're going to pay $10,000 for first. And then we're going to do a total payout of over $18,000.
Oh, yeah.
So we ain't screwing around
Say
here.
no joke.
This is no joke. This is the tournament of all tournaments. We want all of you kayak guys and people who are on the edge of getting a kayak. You can go rent these things up there. We have people rent them. Mark, you know Marky from Lisa Lake. Mark and his buddy, they rent them every year. We had like 3 or 4 people rent kayaks last year to fish a tournament. So there's no reason not to fish it. It's a lot of fun. And plus we have a good time. We're gonna have a great way in here to shop. So sign up, get that done, taken care of, and do it before Wednesday, and you get a chance to win the Catch Carbonites.
Mike, you know what was pretty cool? So when we were down at ICAST, speaking of kayaks, we were walking around doing video, how some of these kayaks are laid out. It's unbelievable.
Dude, it is.
It's just something.
It's next level.
So like the kayak again. So obviously you guys know I did kayak for a year. I plan to get back into it, but like my whole thing when I was doing the kayak thing, like most of them kayak guys that I know of, like smaller, lighter. I'm opposite. I want that thing to be bigger, wider,
Sturdier.
I want to fish offshore to kayak. I don't want to, get down and dirty. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like I just like them bigger, more John boaty, I guess you would say.
Yeah, and you totally customized yours.
Yeah. So it's funny. So I customized mine off just what I thought one could be or look like. Now it's like a lot of them are built just like that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
copied almost.
Oh yeah, that was great when
Greg.
when Greg was in. It was awesome.
Yeah, but we were at the first day of ICAST, the outdoor. They're pushing wake.
Dude,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
they're
Oh,
on
no.
a plane.
No doubt.
Oh, they are on plane. I mean, that one guy was going, 10, 12 miles an hour.
He had a jet.
It was
He had
crazy.
an inboard jet
I mean, crazy how fast those
built
things
right
were
into
going.
the boat.
Had to be 10 or 12, 15 miles an hour. I don't know. Everything was
That's
flying.
fast.
We were like,
That's
what the
real
heck?
fast.
And all these other kayaks are going, slow down. Wait. I'm looking forward to it. August the 8th is the tournament. It's a Saturday. It's a 1-day event. You're up.
Shootout.
It's a shootout for $10,000 for first place.
We're talking some serious
And,
money.
and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a great way in here to shop. We're going to have you have to be here on Friday to get your board checked for the
I'm
for
gonna
the
put this in
premium.
perspective for you.
Yeah.
So if you go and you fish a individual big boat tournament, like you go and you fish a BFL with 190 boats in it, and you win, you don't get $10,000.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Not close.
If you fish a Toyota series with, I don't know what they're drawing these days, but there's one going on at, I think, the Thousand Islands pretty soon.
Maybe like 130 boats.
Yeah.
Say 150.
Champlain today.
Yeah.
Champlain.
Champlain.
Yeah, let's say 175. And I'm not talking about contingency money. There you'll get 10,000.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if you're signed up.
This
for it.
is a local kayak tournament
Yeah.
with 1/100th the expenses of those previously mentioned tournaments. With a $10,000 first place payout, an $18,000 plus total payout. If there's 150 kayaks registered, which probably will happen. I mean, you talk about return on investment. You're talking about bang for your buck. There's nothing else that can touch it.
I always had that.
Nothing can touch it. So if you're a top level tournament guy, if you're the guy, if you think you're the guy, if you want to be the guy, if you want to be the guy that the guys talk about, I mean,
Yeah.
we can go on if you'd like. You need to get,
Yeah.
and if you're a gal and you win this thing, then,
Good
Yeah.
for you.
and
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're the gal that wants to be the gal, you got to beat to be the gal, you got to beat the gal.
Poor
Yeah.
guys.
You know what I mean?
Well, I just think if you're a serious kayak fisherman, you're not here, you're missing out on a very great, very good
Yeah,
opportunity.
you are.
So, all right. So that's enough of that. Hey, listen, we're a tackle shop. We love talking about tackle. This is our favorite section of the tackle show called Tackle Talk. Yeah. So, George, this is Tackle Talk,
Mhm.
and we love talking about tackle. And we have Greg here tonight, and I know one of the new things we have is something that is super hot happening, and I thought we would break into that first,
Mm.
and then kind of wheel over into that stuff with Greg and some of the stuff that he can help us with that world.
Well, the Koikis, which people are calling them urchins, I firmly believe they should be called Koikis. And I have no affiliation with Hide Up, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like Mr. Twister invented the curl tail grub, and everybody calls them twisters.
Yeah.
I mean, the main one, Senko.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
calls their knockoff
Yeah.
Senko a Senko.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you're going to name the category, it's different than when like you go to one of these lure painting catalogs and you buy what they call like Spro rock crawlers. No, they're not Spro rock crawlers.
Right.
They look like a Spro rock crawler.
Right. They're total knockoffs.
That's a different thing. I'm talking about like
This category, which is
a
brand
grub
new.
is a twister,
Right.
which was invented by Mr. Twister. So I'm calling it a Quakey.
Yeah.
You can call it an oyster if you want.
Oyster?
I mean, an urchin.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not
Call it
either.
Quakey.
I'm not gonna call him that either.
And the latest entry. Oh, would you look at that? Bring her in, Nick. Bring her in. You're gonna have to get close on this one, brother. This is the Magnum Q Bomb from G-Crack. Now, this is a little different than a lot of them. So this body is TPE. Okay, so this is a 21 millimeter. And then these legs are silicone. And they, you can see how they go through. So you have a combination of TPE and silicone and the G-crack smell. Absolutely. You have,
Everybody loves that smell.
yeah. You have the standard colors like this green pumpkin. This is a clear green pumpkin. And as far as, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but as far as green pumpkin's concerned,
It's true.
that is green pumpkin.
That's true green pumpkin.
That's green pumpkin. But check out these other colors, the detail on these other colors. This is a black with blue tip. Look at that. I mean, you can't get any better than that. You got your solid black, which is a great color. And then you got those blue tips.
That's awesome. The next one here I really like.
This is bluegill. So you have the bluegill body. You see that flake in there?
Yeah.
And you have the orange tips.
Very, very bluegilly color to it.
And then probably one of the most popular colors from every brand. And they nailed this. They nailed this too. The Scuppernong. And I mean, they literally nailed it. I'm trying to get some light on that for you so you can see it. It's really, really, really dark in that package.
But it's a true Scuppernong. It's that true
And
Scuppernong.
that's a great color.
And I think the big thing for me on them is the legs. They're totally different.
They're a silicone leg. Look at this green pumpkin. I don't know if they call that green pumpkin. Yeah, green pumpkin. Green pumpkin chartreuse tips. Now you knew they were going to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get some light on there.
That thing. It looks like a freaking tarantula, doesn't it?
Something I don't see a lot of people doing, Greg, is going with the real light colors.
That is my favorite one out of all of them.
Uh-oh.
I haven't thrown it, but color wise, if I was
Yeah.
going to pick one, just so I'd pick that one or green pumpkin straight up.
So this is called clear shad. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but it's got like a green hologram, like a hologram.
It's hard to see. Yeah, you're
It's
not
got a
going to see it.
hologram.
It reminds me of the green shad chatterbait haze it has on it. That's how it
Yeah.
looks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yep.
And that is here's what's cool about this. So you got the TPE body. So you're gonna be able to, I mean, how many fish have you caught on one?
You have to break them off.
Yeah. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have the silicone legs. Okay, so here's the deal. Some of these baits, if you are in a hot boat, and they're not hanging, suspended, the legs get deformed on some of them. Not all of them, but on a lot of them, they do.
Mm-hmm.
These legs here,
Yeah.
I mean, you could ball these things up in bags.
It's
These
it's
legs-
silicone. They're not going to seat.
They're going to be happy go. And the price is not bad. The standard color is $17.99. The tricolors are $18.99. And by the way, there's about 2 or 3 more colors, maybe 4 more colors.
Yeah, I think it's 4 more that we're waiting on.
That'll be in on the next batch. Now we have some really good images on our website. So if you really want to see them, I would go there too. It's
Yeah.
hard to see this stuff, in here. It's the packaging's dark.
Yeah. So we listed them today, George. We listed them today on because that was the day we were allowed to list them. So we listed them today, and now we're letting you guys know that if you want them, you got to get on them. We didn't get it's just they only give you so many. You order this and you only get that. So
We got less than 100,000.
yeah, Yeah. So we got them in stock. We're letting you guys know. You guys can get on the website. All the colors that we have are listed there. The ones that are not in stock right now, it'll say out of stock. So you can order them up, and we will get them shipped out tomorrow. Now, a bunch of guys who watch our show and who are linked up properly, they already got theirs ordered. So, in which we shipped a bunch of them out to guys that I recognize on our show. So, this is your opportunity to get them before they're all gone. And that's why you watch Tackle Shop Live.
I think it's great. I love it. Greg, I know you're a big Koi K. You've added that to your repertoire, and you probably went out. What'd you go out for? The first time you go out for like 5 straight days, like you were in the wilderness searching for your soul.
I put in for vacation that week.
And you just launched a boat
I
and
never slept.
just 24/7.
I mean, I caught every fish in the lake twice.
Like,
Literally, all of them.
Yeah.
well, Greg, before I ask you any questions about this, because I know Nick and Mike and I are aspiring Koi K anglers, and we're not putting in 5, 6, 7 straight days like you did, but
we got 5 days in, but it took us 2.5 months to get there.
We're putting our work in. But I have a comment on here for you from a Joe Gallo.
Oh, Joe just went out the other day.
Yeah, Joe went on a guide trip with you. He says you're the GOAT. Joe gets around when it comes to fishing. He knows guides.
Yeah, he was a joy to have in the boat.
Did he tell you about his trips up north?
He did. He
He
saw a
fished
lot of
with the
pictures.
best.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Muskie Slayer too.
Muskies, walleye.
Giant. He has 7-1 smallmouth.
That's freaking crazy.
I think it was 7-1.
He takes his fishing pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Joe, we appreciate you watching the show, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyways, getting back to this, we've been down the rabbit hole, and what I want to do is I want to get a touch up from you on rigging. So I mean, we've all done like I was really on to the short shank, like almost like a 5/0 wacky worm hook, with the round. Mm-hmm. I think it was actually a 4/0 made by Gamakatsu. And I thought plenty of gap, because I'm just going through. I was putting a nail weight in, going through the body, through the nail weight because it's got a little hole in it. Mm-hmm. Back up. Of course, the most popular is the treble hook rig
for sure.
Now we got the frog hook mania. I know at one point you were big on a finesse flipping hook. Mm-hmm. So can you just give us a few? I'm not asking for any deep secrets of the tour. I know unless we put the serum on your ass, you're going to tell us anyway.
It's pretty cut and dry, and for the most part. So what they're saying is, I have tournament fished it, I have fun fished it, and obviously the main thing we are trying to figure out when it comes to just doing it is catching the fish. And to catch the fish, first of all, you have to have what works best for you as far as the hook goes. So I haven't tried every single thing possible, but I feel like I tried enough to tell you what I'm going to tell you. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff coming out,
mm-hmm.
and anybody that has done this seriously will probably agree. The treble hook is a great way to do it, but I have lost more on that treble than anything. Now, maybe it's partial because I'm on scope, most of it. And if you're doing non-scope, you're not seeing the bite. You're not anticipating the bite.
You're feeling the bite.
Yeah. So Alex Davis won Lay Lake this year. I'm sure I didn't see how he had it rigged, but probably on a treble. Chris Johnson, treble, I believe. You're not seeing that bite. So that makes a difference. That fish is definitely going to get it way better, for sure. Because when you're doing it on scope, and you can watch Pake South. He's probably one of the more popular guys as far as the originator of it. And he's a treble guy. He was throwing that quad.
Originator of the Koi K.
Well, catching and being successful in the quickie. So
I believe it's pronounced Koi K.
Whatever it is, the ball. So here's the deal. Them guys have perfected possibly too what has worked best for them. And not only that, dude, you have to understand too, as a person that puts a lot of time into local fishing also, no two fisheries are the same. I'm not saying the way you're catching them, but I'm saying the way the fish react, the way the fish eat, all that makes a difference. So like maybe Pecos got it figured out down where he's at. He's catching 5 to 10 pound bucket mouths. That's a big difference than your average guy that catches, a 2-pounder to a 4-pounder. That's a different animal.
They're eating different.
Way different. They're sucking it in way different. A 10-pound bass or 8-pound bass is sucking that thing to the chompers every time.
Yeah.
So that treble might just be absolutely perfect for what he's doing down there. And he's took it around and been successful. And this is not a knock to anybody, but it's what works best for you.
Right. Right.
And, I got a whole nother box in my boat of just like the weight systems, different hooks that we talked about. George mentioned the finesse flipping hook. That was a BKK, which worked good for an extent where I still lost some. I've lost more on the treble than anything by far, 30 or 40% more on the treble losses. So the frog hook craze came out, and I got a whole wall in my basement of frogs from this entire store. Like I got it all. So like I'm down there, I pulled apart every different brand of every single frog I got, additional frog hooks that I had in packages from years ago from the James River. I took all this stuff and I started playing around. I'm popping hooks in there. I'm doing this. I'm like, all right, what fits the bait the best? That's important. What looks the best? All the stuff. I'm just going to come out and tell you guys what I think is the absolute best hook, flat out. And there's more than one reason why. So
give us the juice there, buddy.
This is my personal what I think is the best. So this frog right here from Spro, okay? And I'm going to tell you why it's so good. Can we open this?
Yeah, open it up. Might have a staple in it. Got it? Yeah. You opened a pack of them up before, didn't you?
I tore a lot of there's George mentioned there's a lot of these on my basement floor with no hooks in them. So I'm going to tell you what makes this one so special. So when you're looking at it right here, it looks like I don't know what the actual aught or length of the hook actually is, but it looks like your normal just frog length.
Yeah.
But when you pop this hook out of this frog, so on the front of here, this is actually just a swiveled eye. It's about that long. Okay, so you're cutting off that much when you cut that off. I cut it off, obviously, and it takes it way down. So
how would you cut that off, Greg?
I love this part.
I love this.
These are straight out of my truck. George or Mike's like, how do you rig it? I
said,
I'll get the stuff out of my truck. This is what I use to cut it. Pretty simple.
Freaking bolt cutters. I loved it, man. That is so great.
This is the full cast, but this is why this hook is so special to me. So a couple of reasons. Number one, it's not by no means overly big when you cut that piece off of there. It actually fits it to me perfectly. But it's a pre-weighted hook that's inside that frog. It's about an eighth, maybe a hair less.
Yeah,
It
Nick.
falls absolutely perfectly by itself out of the package when you do it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, you can also see it goes right against that lead right there. It sits right against that lead perfect. It never freaking moves. Like how it is here is how it looks inside.
It's locked in.
It's locked. The hooks are like perfectly where it should be. When that thing bites down, it's got it. And I explained to them guys with the trebles on top and you're pulling this way.
Yeah.
This way you're jacking in. You're pulling in. You're not pulling away.
Mm-hmm.
So this hook out of the package, this has the nano coat on it. So it's going to actually.
That's their most primo hook.
Okay. Is it? Yeah. I don't know. They know more
It's
about
a
that
Gamakatsu hook.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They also have a black nickel version of that hook.
Yeah.
But that's
the premium one.
That's the primo.
This this thing has been used already. This hook is still as sharp as a mother.
Yeah.
This has caught quite a few bass.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing I kind of explained to George too. And again, guys, this is my own personal preference, but so I really believe, and I started messing around this prior to doing this hook. I started doing kind of like the hang the weight deal with a drop shot weight or small drop shot weight. And I watched myself do it in clear water. When you pull the koi key, especially if you have a hanging weight, you kind of get that secondary motion by when you let off, the weight does a little bit more. The koi key does a little more. But what I'm trying to say is, even though you lose that a little bit, you're front weighted this way. When I was rigging the koi key, either with like a bottom weight or putting a nail weight into it, I felt like the bass didn't react to it as good as they do with the weight in the front. And again, the biggest deal to me is obviously the hookup ratio is, gosh, it's 98%. It's freaking good.
You're not losing a lot of fish for that.
You're telling me, because I know from knowing you for many, many years, you're telling me now you're you're about 2 full seasons into koi K.
I'm one after a really cook off. So yeah, I threw a quickie. The first I threw, I told George and Mike the story a little bit ago. I threw a quickie 2 years ago before it even became something.
So you've been kind of, this is where you're at.
Tinkering, yeah.
This is where you're at.
This is right now. I don't think I can find, unless something comes out, there's not a better hookup ratio / size / rate of fall than this that I have found so far.
Well, I can tell you a couple things about that concept. So first of all, there's like an army of Gamakatsu employees that are trying desperately to get these hooks mass produced. And the reason why you just, the regular frog hook works fine, but it's a much longer shank and it's not weighted.
No.
So like if you take what we've been promoting is putting a split ring on there and hanging, just like Jason Christie won the Pasco tank, split ring, hang a drop shot weight off of it. So we've been promoting that. It works. You can see now. Oh boy, we got stuff coming out of the box now. We got stuff coming out of the box. Yeah, so there's the frog hook with the weight on the front. And it's and he's got it on a split snap. So it's kind of like a gated thing where you wheel it on.
I did that for speed. I could change the where to fall faster. It's again, take it for a grain of salt. If I was doing it like professionally, I would make a smaller snap. I'd have everything really, fine. But this is just
that's a standard more of a standard frog hook.
Correct.
Yep. So the frog hook's gaining a lot of traction.
Are they full cast there?
This one's a full cast.
That's a full cast. That's the other one's a 17 millimeter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Yep. But again, this is the other weighted. This is one of the ones I was throwing a lot as far as the. I wasn't throwing the quad. I was just throwing. Maybe the quad's a hair better. Maybe not. I don't know.
So, a question, and there's a lot of guys on here. There are a lot of guys like me that are on here, and it's like, this isn't. I'm just gonna stay with my whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna wait and see where this thing ends up.
My advice: follow your heart.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there's people that are thinking like, man, I can't bring myself to throw something like this. How effective is this thing? Honestly,
right now it's the real deal.
It catches fish like crazy.
It literally has right now, before the pressure really gets on top of the pressure's there, but it's got more drawing power than a glide. When they see it, they have to come for sure. Now,
yeah.
I'm gonna kind of tell you guys something on my 2 cents here when it comes to all this. Okay, so 3 years ago, I guess 3 years ago, maybe 4, was the absolute rush of the minnow bite. Everybody wanted Sakamata sheds. Everybody wanted whatever, drift fry. It didn't matter. Whatever it was at that time, people just are doing the same thing they're doing now. And it made a high demand in the sport. But with high demand and a lot of people fishing the same way, you get one thing in particular. You get a ton of pressure on these fish doing the exact same, everybody doing the same thing.
They see that. They see it over and over.
Okay, so I have absolutely, without a doubt, have seen the minnow bite go from being wide open to being like, man, these fish, a lot of them don't even look at it. Whether it could be the perfect match, right fall, every color. It does. They're not biting it like they were. And I think this is just my 2 cents. The quickie will get there. There's no doubt. Maybe this will be a little stronger, a little longer. And here's what happened with the minnow. The minnow was you can catch them. And then it went to, it was a numbers game. I got to cast at 10 of them to catch one of them. And then it went to, I got to cast at 20 to catch one of them. That's what I'm seeing with the changes here. And the quickie going to get there. And I've already seen in my local lakes where like fish look at the quickie and turn off the quickie. They've probably already been caught by the quickie. So I think what is going to happen long term is these baits are going to fall into suit like every other bait that's out here. There's going to be a time, there's going to be a place, and that is when it's going to shine. It's always going to be in its category to dominate and do well, just like
it's not going anywhere.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
A lipless is good in March, February.
Right.
That's when that thing shines.
Right.
Maybe a quickie might shine on some lakes early and late, maybe it shines in the dead of the summer. You just have to. I'm talking down the road here. This is
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Because I see it in the minnow.
Right.
Just down the road, you have to have a quickie in your rotation nowadays more than ever, because now is the best time to learn a quickie because they are still biting a quickie. You build the confidence. You learn about the rate of fall. You dial in your hook, your line, your rod, whatever it may be. Now is the best time to get in. Don't wait on this one. This is one thing I can tell you. Don't wait on.
Yeah,
It's already almost too late.
And I agree. I totally agree. Now George and I are lucky because we work in a tackle shop and we see a lot of different people. And some of the people are seniors at this game. Some of the people are brand new at this game. But one of the things that we hear over and over and over on this bait is the catches. The catches are freaking stupid on these pressured lakes that we have around here. Every local area has the pressured lakes, the small little lakes that get pressured like crazy. The fish they're catching out of these high pressured lakes on these baits right now is absolutely unbelievable.
When
And the people that are catching them, it's crazy.
everybody's catching them. Like
Everybody
literally
is.
everybody. When I first dialed this rate of fall in locally, it was like, I'm talking a night and day difference from like just having it wrong. Like when I dialed it in, dude, every fish either bit it and I lost it or I caught it. Every fish.
Yeah.
I'm talking every one of them. It got to the point, like some of, like I was telling these guys in the deeper fish, the real deep ones, if they're swimming really fast, I would weight it fast to get to them quick. But then it was on me to work the bait properly to get them to bite.
Yeah.
Cat and mouse.
So
because the rate of fall at
Yeah.
that time is too heavy.
that's interesting because I wanted you to explain that. The weighting of it. Lighter is better.
For sure. 8th to a 16th is most of the time, I believe, as of now, where you want to be. But you also have to remember too,
In depth of water.
depth of water, but line size does make a little bit of a difference too. I do throw mine a lot on 20 and 25.
No kidding.
Yes, sir. Mostly 20.
Really?
Wow.
It's new enough now to where they're so keyed on that bait. I don't believe the line makes a difference as far as making them bite or not bite it.
We've been throwing a lot of 15.
No, I throw it heavy. So here's a rod that I found for me, and everybody's built different. The rod,
This is great.
the rod that I found for me that has been the best, and I don't believe it's in the new lineup. So it's a Shimano. They only ran this model for recently. I don't know if it's still in this model, but it was they actually came out with a frog rod, 7'1" HP. That was their frog rod.
Heavy plus.
Zodius. That's the rod I'm using it.
Heavy plus. I think they do that now, but it's 7.3.
Okay. And maybe it's still equally as good or maybe a hair.
Yeah,
better
you'd
on
have
one
to look
cast.
at it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I got to rate my boat right now. I
Yeah.
don't see it, but
it's just the heavy plus now, I think, is a 7.3.
absolutely have to have a fast reel. Absolutely. I'm not just saying it because I like fast reels. This is a fast reel application because like a lot of times these things dart at this thing so hard, you need to be on it.
Wow.
So we've been using a lot of like not real aggressive snaps, but just kind of like pop, kind of like pop.
So I'll now I'm talking
Almost
scope.
like a vertical jerk bait type deal.
I'll simplify this. So I'm talking live scope. Okay. I really haven't had experience doing it blind personally. I just haven't. I just always did it on scope. So it literally comes down to reading a fish. And it was almost the same with a minnow. So let's say a lot of you guys probably throw a minnow. So I'm explaining something to kind of so you can understand. If you threw a minnow a lot of times and you got an absolute reaction off that fish coming to your minnow, the best thing you can possibly do is turn that minnow and scream it away like a normal bait fish would do. It's no different with the quickie. So if I'm throwing a quickie's going down there, the fish is down there, the quickie's finally coming down. I see the fish on scope. You can see the fish react. You can see the color change. You see him turn and look at it. When I start seeing that turn and look at it, I give a little. If he reacts and starts coming, then it's always about
You're pulling it away from them.
if they show me they want it pulled away. If they're coming, the faster they go, the faster I go.
Yeah.
The slower they go, the slower I go.
Yeah.
But for the most of the time, it's
Yeah.
like this, just pulling it away like this. Very easy. You don't like. I'm not saying you have to pop it, but
Yeah.
for all the fishing I've done with it, it's
Yeah.
get in the way.
I from what I understand about the people that are fishing it without forward facing,
It's a snapping deal.
it's a snapping deal. It's the jerk pause, jerk pause, jerk pause, whatever your cadence is, but it's really in the top portion or over top the grass or around the tree or around the dock. So you're not really dealing with the depth,
Mhm.
and they're freaking eating it.
Hell yeah, they are.
They're eating the hell out of it. And it's more like a jerk bait, but the key to that is, and where I messed up and I learned at ICAST, because I asked a million questions on it and everybody told me the same thing, is you can put too much weight on it and it falls too fast. You want to go to the lighter side when you're 0 to 10 feet of water. You want to make sure you go to the lighter side.
Well, and that's important for fishing blind.
Yeah, for fishing blind.
If you put a lot of weight on it to get it deep, like Greg was saying,
Yeah,
and you can see it,
yeah.
then you know when to
When to
when
fire it
to
up.
pull it.
And you even said that's difficult.
It is. It takes skill for sure.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal too. So like, if you take a Yamamoto Senko and you overweight it, it pretty much takes away the Senko.
Yeah, exactly.
It does.
It takes away all that movement.
Yeah.
These baits right here, when they're in the water and they're weighted just right, them little tentacles, I can't even make it move like they move in the water, but they're just like, they're all like,
Yeah,
that's how they work themselves down. It looks real. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
like it's live in the water.
yeah,
When you pop that thing, here's the other thing too. And I'm going to explain something to you guys. So maybe you guys don't know this, maybe you do. So if you're throwing a jig, and when you're throwing a jig, and you can do this with, you can get 3 different jigs and line them all up side by side and put the same trailer on a lot of jigs. When you reel a jig that moves a lot of water, you can feel it on your rod tip. Just a jig.
yeah,
Simple as that.
yeah,
When you pull a quickie, dude, that's the draw too. You're pulling a mass in a largemouth lateral line, dude. They feel that. They probably have. That's the other thing too. The bass have probably never felt that motion ever in the water of the way the quickie pulls.
Well, look at the sound it makes when you fire it out there.
Grab
You know,
Yeah.
that same
yeah,
Yep.
sound translates into vibration.
Yep.
Because you're just, you know what I mean? That's how I imagine it anyways.
You're right. You're right. And I've done seminars here and I've talked about jigs and stuff, or a big spinner bait that pulls a lot of water. That's a draw. That's what that is. And the quickie has something they've never seen. The quickie has a live movement in the fall. The quickie pulls a lot of water. There's a lot going on with this bait besides looking stupid to us.
yeah,
There's a ton going on with this bait that makes it so powerful. Like a glide bait is so good because a glide bait makes a big presence.
Yeah.
That's the draw.
Well, and a chatterbait has held its turf for, I don't even know how many years now,
crazy vibration.
Oh, yeah.
because it, even in cover, I think a chatterbait's better in grass for one reason. They can feel it, but they can't see it until it's on top of them.
No doubt.
Yeah,
So it's like, imagine you're sleeping in your bed at night and somebody breaks into your house. You might not have heard them break in, but unless you're dead, you're going to figure out something's not right,
Oh yeah.
And then you got to get the 45 and the 9 and the SPA's 12, and you got to go to work.
Yep.
Judge.
Couple of questions for you, Greg. What's your favorite size you like to throw?
Well, that's a hard one because it really honestly depends on your fishery you're fishing. I've seen where the 17 does better than the full cast. I've seen where the full cast dominates so far. I don't think I can answer that.
Those
properly.
2 you would like to have in your boat at all times.
Yeah, if you can have 2 as of right now, and I really haven't thrown anything bigger than a full cast yet, which I believe I can't wait to get my hands on because I think they're going to be,
We got them coming for you.
yeah, they're going to be very good at certain places.
We got them up to a 32 millimeter coming in.
I will freaking
and
place that thing out there.
Is
It's gonna look like the Georgia Tech women's softball
I'm
team.
going to pull that thing, and every fisherman other side's going to feel it.
the other question is how important is it to keep it above the fish?
So I do believe now this goes against what we talked about too. So if you're blind doing it, you don't know if you're
Yeah,
above
you're right.
or below.
Right.
But now to my thing. So when you're throwing a Kitech and you're just hovering a Kitech no scope,
Yeah.
you're a lot better off doing that or throwing a mag draft, and you see that basket behind that mag draft because, like, here's the thing. Even if you don't think you're doing it, if you're scoping throwing a mag draft, in your mind, you think you're doing exactly what you were doing before you saw that bass, something probably changes a little bit in your body motion or maybe a feeling you put towards the bait from your hands. But like when you're doing no scope, you're not changing anything.
Yeah.
So to a bass,
Yeah.
that's like, I'm going to eat that thing because it's just not changing. So if you fall below not doing it, I don't think it matters. But when you're watching and you have that bass looking and ready to bite that thing and
Got
it
it.
falls below, it loses interest.
Well, did you watch
When it drops below, it's done.
that now when I feel like when you're scoping, yes, for the most part, I'm not saying maybe there's a lake in the country where guys are like, man, that's completely wrong because I put my koik in the bottom, I would just drag it. Maybe you do, and maybe it works really good for all the places I fished. You have to do it like a minnow. It can't usually fall below their face.
I had zero success with it falling below.
Me too.
Below.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you watch the MPFL that Alex won?
I saw a couple clips. I didn't watch it.
He working that bait like.
Yep.
I'm surprised it didn't unrig.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
I believe it. I mean, but again, gosh, I mean, we've all been on that jerkbait bite where you got to rip that damn thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And every day is going to be different. You might rip it one day and you might have to just tame that back a lot and then really weight them lighter to get to real slow fall. I think you have to play with that, but
sure.
but
If you can read the days, like as simple as like I throw a mat shape jerkbait when it's cloudy. If you can read them days on your waiting and what you're doing. And here's the other thing too. I think Alex was catching spotted bass.
He was.
Which makes a difference too.
Aggressive. Yeah, they're very aggressive.
They like that jerk and shove.
I'm just trying to get my smallmouth game on this thing, and I think I have it figured out where I definitely have to cut way back on my weight and keep them aggressive. Above them and aggressive.
You're dealing with a lot of current too, where you're at,
right?
And that makes a difference.
Right.
Maybe the feeling of the bait isn't nowhere near.
It might not be. It might.
Because you got so much stuff going on.
I didn't have like a stellar day, and we were killing them on top water. But I was heavy, right? And I felt like I was under them. Like I felt like we were fishing eelgrass beds, and I felt like I wanted to get to the, how they get underneath the eelgrass bed. I wanted to get down to where they were, and George is throwing a topwater bait and just bailing on them, right? And I'm just throwing this thing, getting pissed because, and then when I finally got bit, I set the hook and I lost them. I lost the fish. But talking to everybody, I just feel like I have to go a lot lighter. This is for shallow water current grass fishing, and keep it up there and work it above that, and see what happens.
For sure.
And maybe go 17 millimeter instead of a full cast.
Yeah, that definitely does make a difference on places. Like I fished a place in Delaware not long ago. They wanted that full cast way over 17. I mean, it was blatantly obvious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't even look at the 17.
Yeah. So we have to come, and last week, or last week and the week before when we talked about it, it really feels like we're all in cutting edge territory. We're all learning this right now. We're all learning it together. It was never more so obvious to me than at ICAST when these elite series guys like yourself are just trying to because they have to get the fish. You guys have to get the fish in the boat. It has to be about the hookup. You guys know how to fish them. But it has to be about setting the hook and getting them in the boat. For us, it's about ease of rigging, because some of these freaking things, man, trying to rig up these different ways of doing it with the push-in weights and stuff, and depending on which one you're messing with, it's very frustrating.
Here's the deal.
I was ready to throw mine right in the trash can one day.
I'm gonna tell you what's going to be the biggest invention of 2027 if somebody comes out with it. If somebody can come out with a way to have a great hookup ratio but a weedless one, shit, you win.
Yeah.
Well, you got some of that coming, and I think the next time we do a touch up on where we're at on the Koike, we have some jig heads coming in. We have some jig heads coming in that are both open hook and 3-pronged weed guard. And they are 5/0 hook, straight shank. Well, not straight shank, but a regular jig hook. And they are, your bait sits in there like this, so it's up against the weight and it's back against the cradle of the weight, and it locks it in place. So it's going to give you the everything that the frog hook does, but with one hook, and with a 3-pronged titanium weed guard that is currently being used by this same company in all kinds of jigs and whatnot. So we're going to be able to get actually down into some brush piles.
Good, because even so, these things skip great. They skip really good. Docks, under low hanging trees. I mean, dude, you can get them right in there. No,
Yeah, with a lot more confidence. You know, you don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
have your last full cast and have to go swimming.
You want to see how good a buzzbait is? Cut the hook off that thing and throw a buzzbait in trees. It's going to be the same thing. It's the power of a buzzbait with no hook is unfreaking believable.
Because you'll throw it where
You can throw it anywhere as you want. The only thing
Yeah.
to worry about is your cut off wire going into a tree. You got to pull it out. But like, dude, if you throw a buzzbait where you can never throw a buzzbait because it's got a hook, shit, them fish eat it every time.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, that's interesting.
The koi's gonna be the same way.
Yeah. Guys asking about putting a grass rattle in these baits. Honestly, I don't think you can get one in them.
I think you could.
I don't know how you would get one in there. I know how hard I had just putting a nail weight in it.
Yeah, I think you can get it if you. So here's the thing. So like, even when you're prying the frog hook through this thing, which is a lot of wire to get through there.
Yeah.
Once you like kind of get in there. So one of the other ways that I was waiting, one of the other ways I was doing it was, I was actually putting the hook into it, then I was putting the weight into where the hook was.
Yeah.
So if that hole's there's
Yeah.
no doubt you can get it right now. You can put
Yeah.
right in there, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely do it.
You could put a rattle in there.
100% you could. You probably have glasses. I'll show it right now if you got one. Look how big the hole is right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely get it.
Yeah. I tell you, you know, just for you guys who bought the skinny bears and the hags and all those types, you better have a ream or something to ream out that hole because
Yeah, skinny bear probably is one of the tougher ones. for sure.
It is.
you know, it's super tough to get in there. You got to have a ream to ream it out and then put your stuff up in there, you know, and get it all rigged up that way because it you can't do it.
So one thing I do with mine. So the one I when I first had a skinny bear, I had the same problem trying to get the weight inside there. I just took a drill bit, and my drill heated up and put it in there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
But I tell you, for a minute,
it's good to hear. Yeah.
for a minute, dude, I was like, how in the hell, you know, I was trying to work it out, you know?
Yep.
And
I love Don Roeder's suggestion. The Z-Man rattle. The little
oh, that would work.
injector.
Yeah, that would work great.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, good one.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a
Greg,
great idea,
Greg,
Don Roeder.
Can you hold up those rigs so I can get a close up?
All of them, or
For-
just the
For
main one?
some, the guys wanted to see the close ups to how you had them rigged.
So that's the double hook rig
That's that frog,
out of the Spro flapping frog.
65.
And you can buy the whole entire frog and tear it apart like Greg does and put that thing together. And I tell you, that weight on there, I'm telling you, it's perfect. It is absolutely
It's like it was
perfect.
made for it. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
This is the other way I was doing it. That's just a 1-aught BKK hook
Treble.
treble with obviously a lead, one of them insert weights.
Mhm.
Little
Like a
hook.
jewel weight or
The whole-
something.
Yeah. Now I will tell you too. So if you're throwing it this way, I don't have it under, but if you're throwing it this way, you definitely need to put some kind of little keeper on there because this is one way where you will cast it off or lose it during a fight. It can come off this way for sure. So easy that was. So definitely put you could just get a bobber stop from
Yeah.
flipping weights. And
Yeah.
Yep.
put it through there and lock it on there because
Yeah.
you will lose a few.
Yeah.
And again, this is the other way that I just was messing around, and it doesn't look pretty, but that's just one way. This is old. This has been a while ago.
Is that a frog hook as well?
It is. This is out of a what frog was this out of? I forget what frog. Dude, this might have been out of a booyah frog.
You tore them all apart.
Every one of them.
Trying to come up with the right.
I'll send you
The right
pictures of
hook.
my graveyard. My basement.
I can tell you right now, there's not a double hook anywhere in the country that you can buy right now.
Really. Isn't that crazy?
We
You
had
know,
a- we had a
some
d-
of the other hooks that work well are the toad hooks.
Yeah, that they
You
were.
got to take the spring off of them,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and they have that perfect little bit longer shank on them.
And
They work really
and like
well.
a keeper where
well
it doesn't
together.
slide all the way down.
It doesn't.
It doesn't slide all the way. See, the problem I had when I was fishing mine double hook is when I would start ripping it and the water would get in there, it would make it real slippery,
Oh yeah.
and my ball would fly back to the bottom of the hooks. But see, but I think you have.
This is a used quickie. You can pull it all.
Yeah, I know, but I think, but see, you have the weight in there, and you have the weight, and you have different things going on there. But
I'm telling you, dude, it's special. Like I just gave away a freaking
Yeah.
nugget. Like that's phenomenal.
yeah, well, that's what I'm going to try because I don't know, maybe mine was a smaller odd or something.
We had a hook that was introduced to us at ICAST that is from another frog company. And they have they make their own frogs. So they have they buy their hooks 10,000, 15,000 at a time. And they're actually casting a lead onto their hook. I showed that to you. And
Yeah.
they're busily at work right now, casting and packaging. And we will be having some of those coming in. And what I like about them is they're a 4/0, but they're a short shank. So when you get that thing rigged up, it looks. Now the lead's a little different. It kind of goes back. It's in front of the.
That's right. Yep.
Koi K, and then it goes into the Koi K.
Yep.
So you're going to get a little bit of a different fall angle than you are.
Fall and different lockup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it might hold the quickie better.
I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah. I got to test it. I really can't say until I test it, but it's.
Greg, question for you.
Get yourself some flatten frogs.
So have you thrown anything the size of the Magnum Q-Bomb?
No, I have not.
Because that's going to probably be a different kind of hook.
So George just told me, oh, that's only smaller, right? They're coming out with a smaller version or something.
They're coming out with a smaller
Flapping
frog, which is going to probably have, it looks like, one size smaller hook.
Yep. Which could be really good.
If this is a 4.0, then that's going to be a 3.0.
Yeah.
I don't think you want that for the for
Not
the forecast.
no, hell no. For a full
No,
course,
for this.
is
Yeah.
fine. But if you go 17 or
17th, right,
yeah,
right.
You want to
Or even
Right.
smaller.
yeah, or smaller.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there's smaller models that are not
Right.
really, they're not the hot thing right now, but they will come back around.
See, the funny thing about this conversation, Greg, is this is the conversation that was going on in the Gamakatsu booth, honestly, by Chris Johnston, Greg Hackney, Brian New. They were all taking turns coming up there and talking about, and this is the conversation.
Yep. So I'm
It's not so much about the bait, it's about the rigging of the bait and
Sure.
and coming up with the proper setup.
Yep.
Because I was very frustrated when I was fishing mine on a double hook out of I don't even know what it was out of, but the shaft was long, and when I fished a bait, it would slide back to the hooks, and then I had this problem.
little gap. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Like I said, and that's what.
So it's all about the hook.
Yep. It's literally all about the hook.
I'm gonna go back and rip all them off the shelf back here tonight.
You want to know what was funny? So as I was interviewing people, you have talk behind the scenes and you're asking questions, stuff like that. I probably asked 10 pros, maybe 12, single hook or treble hook or whatever. It was literally 50-50.
No doubt.
It was literally 50-50 for different reasons, which is interesting.
So I will tell you this about the elite guys. Not all of them, but I'm going to tell you a little inside. A lot of them elite guys, not that they don't put the work in, but they'll just follow suit what everybody else is doing. They just have very addictive personalities. I don't know why. That's just how they are. A lot of these guys. I'm the opposite. I don't ask questions. I just trial and error myself with everything. That's just how I've always done everything.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, through hours and hours of doing what we just talked about,
That's the best hookup so far. So, and we went back and looked on the shelf. There's not a whole lot back there, Nick, because it's actually a really good frog on the bay right now,
and everywhere else.
yeah, and they're smashing fish on just the frog part of it. But if you're looking for that hook, there is some back there, but buy them up now.
yeah, it's the one. Promise.
Good stuff. So that was our kind of our little touch up on. We're going to call that like a 1 month touch up because we got
to keep coming back to it, right, George?
We kind of broke a few things about a month ago, and guess what? When these jig heads come in and we get a chance to run them, I'm telling you, I think it's going to change again.
And that kind of goes to what Brian Schmidt said to you.
Oh yeah. Brian Schmidt said to me when we were talking with him is, because we asked Brian, really, where are we at? What should we do? How should we rig it?
Well, I'll tell you, Mac.
He said, the funny thing about this, is in a year from now, we're going to be laughing at the way we've been rigging them up until that point. That's what he said.
It's evolving.
You don't know, because his point is, who knows what's right?
It's evolving.
All right.
It's all good.
What else you got for new products, George? What's happening?
Man.
What else is new?
Let me say one more thing.
Go ahead.
If you're a spinning rod guy, that's not the hook for you. You want to throw. If you're a spinning rod guy, BKK makes a phenomenal little 3-aught hook that goes perfect in top.
Single hook.
Single hook, and I have noticed too with a spinning rod, like your reaction time is definitely slower than it is with a bait caster because you got a lot more turning speed, you got a lot more stiffer rod.
Now that hook is that a straight shank hook?
It is. It's a little straight shank. I don't even know the model number of it. I can go get it and grab it, but that's a really good hook for the spinning rods. It's just good stuff.
There you go.
3-aught straight.
There you go.
Yeah. So I got a couple more items I want to go over with you guys, and then I have like a little iCast post show for you because everybody's always says, "What'd you see? What'd you like?" You know, and so I got a few notes here of things that I liked, and Mike and Nick and I spent, a lot of time on product. So we're gonna share a few things there, and I have some samples. I have a rod sample here that.
What did you do? Go back and grab. Oh, he got stuff that he shouldn't be showing here.
I have.
That's really nice.
They entrusted us with some
guy.
stuff. The wrong person with some stuff that because they wanted it shipped back to him.
I volunteered.
George said,
I'll take this $50,000 bundle of rods and ship it back for you. But I might use one on Tackle Shop Live, if you know what I mean. All right, well, we're going to go there and see what happens, repercussions and whatnot. But
Go
I'll
into
talk
it.
to you one of my favorite things. I know we all grew up bass fishing. We all grew up, we were talking about this the other day, getting the Bass Pro Shops catalog, paging through. Me and Mike would, we'd save every penny. We worked on the farms, every minute we could.
Starting at 12, by the way.
We would scrimp, pile our money up, get the catalog out, bend over the pages, make the notes. And one of the things we always bought was a spinnerbait. And we always liked to throw a spinnerbait. My first fish over 8, I caught on one of those spinnerbaits that him and I picked out of that catalog back in 1979, maybe 80,
81, I think. Yeah.
On Santee Cooper on a spinnerbait.
I'm never going to forget that
I
fish.
didn't know that.
It was
Over 8
That's awesome.
Never going to forget that fish. It was
Over
a
8.
giant.
Mono back then too.
on a spinning rod.
Hell yeah.
Was it a spinning rod?
Yeah. My favorite spinning rod. But now we have, we're spinnerbait junkies, full blown. If you ever see me and Mike on the river, come over and say hi. And when you see the handlebar going across the console of the jet,
I know the handlebar.
you'll know how much we like a spinnerbait because we keep about 50 of them hanging on there for the draw.
We were in your garage one night. This is a while last year, 2 years ago. We were in George's garage. I don't know if we were going fishing or just got back. George starts going through these spinnerbaits hanging. He goes, this one's good when the conditions are this. Like he's got it all laid out, dude. It's pretty impressive. Seriously.
Yeah. Quick draws.
Literally.
And then there's 2 binders with spinnerbaits. There's small boxes with specialty spinnerbaits. So the point of the story is, other than to get a chuckle,
You're addicted to spinnerbaits.
we love spinnerbaits.
We love spinnerbaits.
And, if you're a good spinnerbait fisherman, you can remember back and right now in your head, you're playing back. You seem to always catch a good fish on a spinnerbait. It's a kicker fish bait.
Yeah.
We always talk about Greg Guides on the Chesapeake. We always talk about the Chesapeake. You get out in the spring on the Chesapeake and it's a Z-Man chatterbait show place. But there's always that guy.
Yeah.
Who is throwing a big double willow or Colorado willow, and he only gets 4 or 5 bites a day.
They're good ones.
I've been that guy.
Yeah.
They're good ones.
Big ones.
Yeah.
So the point of this long-winded story, other than traveling down memory lane and whatnot, is we have a new spinnerbait for you that we're very excited to bring from Picasso. Bring it in, Nick. Bring her in tight. We have the titanium. Remember the Terminator titanium?
I still got some.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was a huge Terminator titanium fan.
We all were.
Then they had the tungsten headed titanium. I mean, huge. You know, and the problem with titanium is, you know, the price. You know, the Terminator went away because the facility that was manufacturing them, the price of the wire frame just got out of control. So now, you know, one of the highest quality tackle companies, US, by the way, USA, wave your flag, Picasso. This is their titanium HP Pro.
Yeah, that's nothing there, George. Look at this, Nick. Zoom in on this
Gorgeous,
bad boy.
literally.
Watch this.
Yeah, that's where it breaks at.
See that right there, Nick? Can't hurt him.
You know, you got that killer spinnerbait that you got dialed in and your boat flipping fish on it. That's how you run out of spinnerbaits.
And look at the color of that.
That's a morning dawn.
These come in yet?
They're here.
They're here now.
My
Look at
basket's
here he
gonna be
goes.
low.
His basket just got fuller.
Seriously.
Greg came in today and he's got 2 derbies to get ready for, so he's touching up. And he's got an Alex Davis basket back here.
Yeah.
The store got lighter today.
For those of you who don't know,
heavier.
Alex Davis, he can't do one basket.
Yeah.
He's bad. He's
got
real
issues.
bad.
He's got issues, guys.
He's real bad. He does a basket of chatterbaits and then he does a basket of trailers. But look at this. I'm just going to show you a couple. Morning Dawn. I mean, come on. Morning Dawn with Morning Dawn blades.
So I got a question for you, George.
Boy, that's awesome.
So when I was throwing Terminators back in the day,
Yeah.
I wasn't really dialed in to anything. I just cast and wind. When it comes to titanium, in your opinion, what do you besides the strength and durability, what are you feeling different with titanium versus wire or whatever else is out there?
Titanium spinnerbaits tend to pull through the water harder. There's every time you turn the handle, this wire's doing this. Boom, 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 boom.
So like a regular wire lays over and pulls it.
The regular wire just kind of bends to a certain point and
Gotcha.
stays there. This thing's kind of pulsing. You know, when I fish a spinnerbait, and I'm sure you do too, all the great ones do. When I fish a spinnerbait, I like to pop the rod. You know,
Me too.
and what that does is it flares the blade. So, you know, that blade is spinning in its arc, right? And that wire is pulsing. And when you pop it, these blades flare out and come back together. There's actually a sound change. The skirt flares, the bait darts. It's a change of direction. If you're not like constantly working that spinnerbait, you're missing out on a big part of spinnerbait. And with the titanium, you know, that's magnified.
Yeah.
They pull harder.
They thump definitely something totally different. It's a different wag in the water.
They do.
They have a different thump to them.
They pull harder.
They're a totally different beast.
The other thing I like about this Picasso bait, you know, a lot of times when you're tournament fishing, you're running a trailer hook. And what I don't like about a trailer hook is every now and again, that trailer hook can get in that fish's gills. When I'm fun fishing, I never run a trailer hook because I don't really care if I lose them. Extended shank, mustad, needle point hook. And that's a round bend. So we have a really nice gap. We don't have a shark hook on here. We don't have a gaff. We have a more than adequate hook. But you see the shank's longer? So now we're back into and you'll notice that skirt has that what I call a trailer cut.
Yeah, a double layer.
You know, you have this is I don't put trailers on these things.
Neither do I. I'm like you, man. I just run the things.
I'm not a trailer guy.
Most of the year you don't need a trailer. Early springs, like late winter, early spring, and to me, and then early winter, I'll go with a paddle tail on the back or something on the back. It gives it that big, bulky, freaking nasty ass look, and I slow roll. But that's my slow rolling time of the year.
Mike, you said you're not a thumper?
No, I don't twitch it like George does. I don't flash blades. What I do is I reel it a constant speed and I stop it, and then I reel at a constant speed and I stop. It's kind of like what they're doing, except for I don't want that flash. I don't want that. I just want to. I want them to really dial in on it and then stop it and it falls and then start it back up again. That's the way I do it.
I would have said something funny there. Mike's an excellent spinnerbait fisherman, and his technique will quite often.
That's just mine. George does George is excellent too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's another way of doing it. Just a little bit different.
Double Colorado models.
That's cool.
Coleslaw.
Hell yeah.
Not really. That's
So
what we would
green.
call it.
Yeah.
We would call
They
it,
call
yeah.
this a cold water shad or a shad. A little bit of peach and orange in
And-
your skirt,
And a great ball bearing swivel on there, George.
if I may.
Okay.
Yeah, Picasso's no joke.
right on, dude.
That's the first time I ever saw you guys be happy together. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We're always happy.
We're always happy.
Well, on the show.
We're always happy. It's that
Screenshot that.
1, 2,
Well,
3
it's-
action.
See, see, when you're brothers, you get this connection, this unspoken connection.
Yeah.
And we have that.
That's
You
the
got a
first time
brother,
I've
don't
ever
you?
saw
Is
it.
that like twin? You are a brother, don't you?
I got 2 brothers. 3 brothers,
Do,
actually.
do you have a connection? Do you have the when they?
Yeah, when I call him with the phone. That's
Can
my
you
connection.
finish your? Can
I have
you
a
finish
feeling-
your sentence?
I have a feeling his brothers like beat the hell out of him when he was young.
No, I was quick, dude. I ran. I was fast. Yep.
Me and Mike would just toe to toe until there was
Yeah.
like one man standing. Boom,
King,
boom.
king, king. You son of a you son of a boom.
Here we go for Clearwater. All you Clearwater Smalley guys. Gizzard shad. But essentially, it's what I call a green glimmer. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
That's
Clearwater,
a badass.
smallmouth fishing,
Yeah.
green glimmer.
The point, I think the point of this is
Just saying.
the titanium wire is a totally different beast.
That's
And
why I asked.
And yeah, it's a
Yeah.
totally different beast when you're reeling it through the water. So you have it's just almost as important as a 0.040 wire to a point.
Which is what this is.
Yeah. So or to a stainless
Point
steel
032.
wire old 2.2 or whatever
3-2.
3.2. You know, you have thin wires, and then you have heavy cover wires for heavy cover, big bass, lake, heavy cover stuff. You want that heavier wire to hold its shape through the timber. You know what I'm saying? We don't, we have those, and then we have the thin stainless steel wire, and then we have titanium wire. George still has 8 billion Terminators.
Well, I mean, I was in the catalog.
He was in the catalog. He was sponsored by them.
They
for a
paid
couple
me in
of years.
Terminators. I don't know what's so bad about that.
Yeah. He had like a jillion of them.
I'm in. I'm good.
But one of the ones that we really liked and we used a lot of, he was running low on, and the day they announced that they were going to quit doing it, he ran out there and grabbed every single
All
one,
of them.
every single one with 3/8 and half ounce off the rack, and then and put them back because that was the double chartreuse, titanium chartreuse skirt,
Incredible.
UFO in titanium.
And
So titanium gives you that different sound, and so as a spinnerbait, if you're a spinnerbait person, you better have titanium in your box so you can kind of match all the different
plus the
scenarios.
durability.
The durability when you're on them,
We're not really buying them for durability.
but it's just awesome when
It's
you're
a fringe benefit.
yeah.
You know,
You can swing fish in the boat forever with
you
them.
can.
things.
And if you want to, if you're always upset when your War Eagle breaks or your hog collar's destroyed,
I've shed a tear.
don't swing your bass in the boat.
Yeah.
Bend over and lip them, because when you swing them, that's when that wire just string.
Yeah.
And you can only bend a Coke bottle
Yeah.
or Coke can top so many times before it breaks. So
No doubt.
I think it's really cool that Picasso has done this. And, if you're not familiar with Picasso baits, they're a Pennsylvania company. They're a U.S. company. We don't really tote them tote them enough.
No.
And we carry
Yeah.
a bajillion items from them.
Yeah.
And we have broken down quite a few
We
of their
have.
products.
We have
This spinnerbait,
great company.
and what I see happening with this spinnerbait in 27 is
Expansion.
extension
huge,
of
huge expansion.
colors. we have to have chartreuse blades. We have to have a golden shiner. We have to have, and it doesn't have to be, a range of golden shiner. As long as you have the gold blades on the gold shiner skirt with the gold head and in that range, it doesn't have to be exact.
Mm.
And then we're working with them on some custom colors. So
Yeah.
if we can get them to pop these 2 custom colors,
Look out.
we're probably going to retire, and tour bus, double stacker, boat trailer on the back. And we'll
All right,
stop in from
George,
time to time.
Let's keep this going here. What else you got, man?
I was telling my dream, man.
I know, dude. I know you're. I know you're
Okay,
good.
so I got 2 more things I want to point out to you for this week. That's fun. The IMX Pro series we discussed when G Loomis relaunched those, much lighter, blah 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 blah. CI4 real seat, blah 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 blah. Alkanite guides, just
Phenomenal,
IMX
phenomenal,
IMX
phenomenal.
Pro, IMX Pro.
One of the greatest rods ever. I think
IMX
the blah
Pro.
blah blah part I wouldn't even throw in there.
Oh,
'cause
that's blah blah blah.
it doesn't. No.
Well, it wasn't about the rod. It was about the fact that we already went over that.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
I'm getting to this next point.
I just don't know how you
See,
can say
this is
blah.
this is how I know you guys.
I don't know how you can say blah blah blah.
Well,
with
you know what
IMX
you're talking
in the-
about.
in the same sentence.
And I'm used to that.
I'm just saying.
So what I got for you tonight is 6 new models of rod, and I'm not going to belabor them. I just want to point out, probably the most famous swim bait, glide bait rod ever in the history of glide bait rods was a IMX Pro glide bait rod. 965, 964.
Mhm.
It
Awesome.
was the all-time. All other glide bait rods really followed that suit. And that's no disrespect to other glide bait rods. They were that good. Now they're back. Now we don't have the quite the full range that we had the last time, but we have an interesting couple of rods. We have a 902 swim bait rod. Now keep in mind, Loomis is realigning their power rankings. So a 2 was a medium. It's still a medium, but now it's a medium in regards to a swim bait rod. So it's really like a heavy. And I showed this rod to Greg, and the first thing he said to me was, is this the rod that you would throw your mag draft on? So I can, throw a mag draft to a Chad Shad on the same rod.
Yeah.
That's the 902 swim bait rod, $470, 7'6", and they're moderate fast. So
Perfect.
they have that forgiveness.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Check them out. They're the swim bait rods. There's a 902. There's a 933, which is a 7.9. There's a 944, which is a 7.10. That's when you're throwing the big boys. The 902 is rated 1/2 to 3. The 933 is rated 2 to 6. And Greg gave me a very interesting perspective. Like, they fish like a rod that's rated for 8 ounces fishes like it's rated for 6 ounces in a lot of cases. So
Oh, really?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
when you're slinging the big glides that Greg likes to throw, they're weighing 6 ounces.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's
And then
that's a heavy bait.
that is a heavy bait.
That's a
Throw
big one.
That's a big bait.
Yeah.
That's a big bait.
You throw it out a lot.
Yeah.
It's like you're saltwater
Yeah.
fishing.
I throw 4 to 5 ounces more than anything, but I throw
Yeah.
6
I know. You throw the 6 ounce more so than I thought you'd ever
Oh,
throw it. Yeah. You caught some giant fish on that damn
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Only looking for a few bites, right?
I mean, sometimes it's a lot more than you can even handle. It seems like
Really?
when they get on that stuff, it's stupid.
Yeah. I think that's where guys like us, where we don't throw it enough, can determine when that great bite is, because we just don't throw it enough. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
No, it's seasonal a lot of places too.
Yeah, I think it's seasonal. I think you have to learn it. I know guys that we have customers that are really hardcore glide bait guys, and they have great days on them because they throw them all the time,
No doubt. For sure.
and so they have great success with them. And the guy like me, who I catch fish on them, but I don't. It's more like I kind of stumble into that bite, because I luckily picked it up and threw it.
You're like a lot of swim bait fishermen.
Yeah.
A
I
lot of
am.
swim bait fishermen. They want to be fluent in swim bait.
Yeah.
but they want to have it as a tool. They're not dedicated swim bait.
Yeah, we're not committed. I'm not committed to it.
And you're not either. But
you know when to
I
throw
have a
it.
good time.
last year on the Pasca tank,
yeah, I could read it good. So like,
I don't know how you figured that out.
The conditions were the main thing that told me to do it. The conditions were right.
Because you were telling me on the ride home, you're like, well, the first day I lost a 29-pound bag. So what do you do the second day? You go back out and throw it again? Like, what the fuck? I mean, excuse me? What the? And you caught a 29 bag.
Yeah, 25.
25-pound bag. So,
Yeah.
I know me and him, we love to throw them,
Yeah.
but knowing the exact, like, this is when I should commit to it.
Yep.
We have yet to,
Well,
other than a mag
No.
draft, we have yet to.
Yeah,
lock that
no, we
in.
haven't locked in on it. We get lucky every now and then, and we throw it, and we have a good day on it. We have no idea why we even had a good day on it.
True that.
Guys are probably laughing because I said seasonal. When I'm talking about seasonal, this kind of goes back to what I just talked about the minnow and a quickie. There's a time and a place when that thing is going to be absolutely the best bait you can throw. That's what I mean when I say seasonal.
Yeah.
And it changes very late stuff like that. But like you can throw, like I said, a glide the entire year and catch them from cold to cold.
Yeah.
You could definitely do that.
No, right.
And some guys have them phenomenal days, but if you look at everything as a whole, there's probably a reason why.
Yeah. No, I have no idea what that is.
Well, I mean,
and I'm learning,
the
trying
basic-
to learn it.
the basics is, the spring, the spawn, tremendous glide bait time. But when you were at Pasca Tank last year, that spawn was still going on, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of pre-spawn.
Oh, it was pre-spawn.
Yeah.
So that was perfect glide bait time.
for sure.
What, last year or that?
Last year was pre-spawn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This year was.
But here's the deal. So, this was the main thing that made me pick the glide up in that tournament. Dude, the conditions got nasty. When it's nasty, they freaking roast a glide bait. They roast a glide bait. That is when
You're talking wind.
rain, everything. That is when you want to glide. Hands down. That's not seasonal. That's just when them conditions get to that, that's when you want to glide.
It's kind of like throwing a spinner bait. You want wind.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. Low light conditions, a front coming in. What are they doing? They're feeding.
Yeah.
Them big girls are going to eat that glide bait.
So show them a big bite.
Hell yeah, let them eat.
Greg, with that glide bait, I'm sure it varies a lot, but what's your favorite retrieve?
Well, again, off of scope, it's there's a few different ones. So when I have seen them get on a glide, I'm talking suspending fish that are suspending. Let's say the fish are in 20 or 30 feet of water. So a lot of guys I have seen weight glides, and that's a great way to do it.
Do
but
what?
Weight
Okay.
glides. But there's nothing more.
What do you say? Wait or wake?
Wake.
Oh, wake.
Wait them.
Oh,
Oh,
wait
wait
them.
'em.
Wait
They
them.
get 'em
Wait
down.
them. Yeah.
Here's
Speak up there, Jersey boy.
Sorry, I get closer. I'm quiet. So I believe the glide bait has a lot more power with a very slow fall than it does with a glide bait that you actually have to work so it doesn't again fall below them for the most part. If you know they're on a glide and they can see that glide, and here's the thing, man, I have thrown a glide that sinks slow as hell on fish that are 20 feet from that glide in dirty water, and they know it's there.
Oh,
And they come after it.
Here they come.
slow.
Most of them are. And like so if I see one coming slow, this goes to my retrieve. Again, it's the same as the quickie. It's no different. I'm reading the fish. When I see one coming up, they usually come off the bottom like this. It's not, sometimes they run up, but majority just come off the bottom. Like a lot of times they're glad to be sitting up here and they're down here. All of a sudden you see them do this.
Full predator.
Just coming up, and like I'll hit it one time. When I hit it, if he reacts to my hit,
You got him.
they're coming to eat it most of the time. But like as he comes up, sometimes they'll come up off the bottom and they'll just pause, and I'll hit it again. And I keep hitting it, but when they get close, man, I freaking let her.
So you're at that
You
point.
you work it hard.
At that point, you're letting it sit
I let it sit like a jerk bait. Like
and then pop it with the handle.
yeah, one hard hit for sure to handle. Like I've talked about this in my seminars a lot of times. Like a jerk bait, a lot of times when they're on a good jerk bait bite and the fish are deep and they're suspending, you don't need a deep dive in jerk bait. You can throw a Vision 110 that only gets down to 5 or 6 feet of water, and that fish is down in 20 or 30. That fish knows it's there. Now, I'll suspend the jerk bait, dude, the same way I'll let it. So a jerk bait obviously suspends way slower. You can weight a jerk bait a hair with the hooks to get it to kind of fall real slow.
Or dot.
Whatever, yeah. So I like doing the hooks because like the hooks, I feel like the hooks, when you weight hooks the exact same 2 hooks, it's almost like it's factory where you still have the exact same weighted belly weight or the whatever the
Yeah.
factory weight is.
Yeah.
However, the attitude of the bait is
Correct.
Right.
And if you just change the hook size to go a hair bigger, you can get that, and it changes nothing too much about the bait besides maybe a little action different. But
Yeah.
Anyway, floating or sinking a jerk bait to a bass, gosh, dude, nobody hardly does that, dude. You just suspend that jerk bait until they come to it, then you start working it. I don't draw. I don't draw them on my reaction. I draw them on them looking at it.
You sucking this stuff in?
These are like fish that are pressured.
You
This
s-
is how you catch them.
Are you guys sponging this stuff up? If you're not sponging
It's
this
real.
stuff up, then get the hell off, because
I mean it with a big old soup spoon.
this is sponging material right here.
So
Big time.
like
I
the
love it.
biggest thing I found, and I'm a rookie, I love it. I throw it all the time, but compared to you guys that do full time, I'm a rookie at it. The biggest thing I found, I catch more glide bait fish on a backup bait than I do on a glide bait, because it's almost like a fish that misses a topwater. I never throw the topwater back at them again. It's like they scared themselves, but they're hot. So, do you believe in that, or do you throw the glide bait right back at them again?
So a lot of times, if I have the fish come after it or maybe swat at it,
Which happens.
I would say the majority of the time when they're doing that, they're very close to the boat. They have tracked it the whole way. When that bait starts to come up,
Yeah.
that's when they usually are like last minute they swat. This is what you want to do. You've seen Polnick figure eight it. Yeah, you can do all that. But the best thing you can do when it does that, if your glide's right by the boat, don't do a damn thing.
Let
Let it just sit there. He will eat that thing. He will smoke it.
Son of a bitch. I always reel it.
Here's
Yeah.
what happens. Here's what happens. A lot of times, smallmouth or largemouth, what they do is if you lose a bass, say you're fighting a smallmouth on a drop shot and it comes off, what does that smallmouth do? He sits below your trolling motor.
Oh, he definitely does.
That's exactly a largemouth. They usually don't go to the bottom. If a largemouth tracks a glide, swipes the glide, either gets hooked and comes off or just misses it, he goes and sits underneath the hull of your boat like that. That's what
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
When that glide's sitting there, they just lose their shit and they just go eat it. I've had it happen so many damn times.
Really?
Dude,
So
many times.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So Joe Raymond sent us a video early in the spring. He was up on the upper St. Lawrence guiding on the Indian reservation,
That was a cool video.
and he's in a jet boat, and he's in less water than this from here to the floor.
Yeah, he's 4 or 5 feet of water.
I mean, there's like 3 feet of water underneath the boat,
Yeah,
and he had a client on the back deck that was having a stellar morning.
tearing them up.
He was sending us picture after picture, and not to brag, just to stay in touch. And he took a pole with a GoPro and stuck it in the water real slow and underneath the boat. And I have the video on my
Yeah.
phone, which I will show you before you leave.
There's like 10 of them.
Underneath the boat is like 8 or 10
Mondos.
Gigantisauruses that
Small.
followed their buddies in during the fight.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
and I think what happened was the way he explained it to me. I don't remember this to be true.
I even think the ones they
But I
released.
think what he
possible.
said was the release fish,
Yeah.
and I also think what he said was the bite stopped. So I put the camera down to tell my guy that they're all underneath.
About it.
And it happens
that's
all the
cool.
time when you're in 35, 40, 50 feet of water. This was 3 feet
It
of
was
water,
cool.
4
That's
feet of
pretty
water.
neat.
It was really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You know how clear the water is. So
Yeah.
the video's like,
Yep. I mean, they hide your shadow. That's what they're doing.
all right, well, we're running out of time, and I gotta
You
get
got to
to-
get through this stuff.
I just want to give you
Tackle Talk's going to take up the whole entire show.
well,
Which
was
is
sort
cool.
of- it was a hybrid.
It was definitely a hybrid, which is cool as hell.
It was
Don't
a
get me
hybrid.
wrong. I loved this show's one of the greatest shows we ever had, honestly, with the information. And
It's
if
a
you
hy-
and
it's
if
a
you guys aren't
hybrid
paying
Tackle Talk.
attention, shame on you. I mean, this is hardcore information.
So, not going to cover all my post game stuff. I'm going to cover just a few pieces. And this is just like the question you get asked when you go to ICAST by every single person you see at ICAST. is,
Yeah.
what was the best thing you saw? What was the coolest thing you saw? What was the biggest game changer you saw? Everybody. That's the icebreaker for the conversation.
Yeah.
So,
Drives me nuts.
in no particular order, I'm going to start, actually in somewhat of an order. I'm going to start with one of the things that, for me, was probably the best thing I saw.
You're excited about.
I am excited about it. I ordered massive quantities of the new Corrado DC. So the Corrado, DC, their DC mechanism, that patent on that mechanism ran out. That's why you see all these companies coming out with DC reels.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, Shimano knew this patent was running out, and they knew that everybody was going to have access to that because they had that thing locked down with whoever it is that makes that module. That was locked. It was a long-term lockdown deal, and their patent ran out.
Mm-hmm.
So, working with those guys, they came up with a slightly modified module. Still, basically, you're not gonna probably notice a whole lot about the operation. I think the new dial is much easier.
Yeah, it really is.
So instead of the click, click, click dial, this is kind of like a lever, right? So there's one click. There's two clicks. So on and so forth. And it's smooth.
Yeah, hold that so you can see that, George.
I can't even see it.
Well, let them zoom in on it. Quit moving it.
It's a smooth lever action.
There you go.
Very recessed.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing with the new DC is they have put an MGL3 spool on this thing.
That's huge.
But prior to that, they weren't doing that because of the weight of the DC mechanism. Now we have an MGL3 spool. We have micro module gearing. We have the carbon. We have all the things that we love about a Corrado and an improved DC mechanism. So
An MGL3.
an MGL3.
That's
So
the big thing.
look
for
for
me.
that. Look for that in about
You use it
a month.
a DC at all ever?
For me, the DC has always come in on big crankbaits the best.
Yeah. To me,
Distance.
Launching it.
Yes.
I'm gonna flat out tell you that reel throws further than any other reel I've
Oh,
ever thrown before. And when we were fishing in super shallow water, crystal clear, drought conditions a couple of years ago, that reel made the difference literally 6-1 because it got
Yeah, far.
15 or 20 feet further, and that's where we were getting the bites.
Hell yeah.
If you were throwing and landing, you got
Missing it.
you just didn't get the strike zone.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, that was a huge deal.
I don't know what that reel holds, but on a 200 size DC, I can spool 15-pound test on a cast
Oh, I believe that
or an 8XD.
with a big AXD. Yeah, it's a great freaking
I would
casting
say you're
reel.
probably on a 200, you're 120 yards.
That's far.
That is.
That's eight.
sending it.
That's called AT&T. Reach out and touch someone.
I'm throwing in another zip code.
All right, so here's a little teaser for you.
Oh, this is good here.
What's one of the best things you saw at ICAST?
Yeah.
What's one of the best things you saw at ICAST?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, the Poison Glorious.
That's glorious.
It's glorious.
It's glorious.
So you're familiar with Poison Adrena.
Some of them are familiar with Poison Ultima.
You're familiar with Poison Ultima.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you may not own a Poison Ultima. They're like, they're Ultima.
They're Ultima.
Their price tag's Ultima too.
Yeah, $950,
$980,
$980,
$990.
$990.
But Poison Glorious, okay, is using that same construction technology with a twist. We have now taken monocoque, carbon handle, CI4 carbon reel seat, and laminated on primo
cork
grade cork.
Married it onto there with a special technique to hold it on there properly.
Of course, we have
And give you the cork feel.
the newly designed from the Zodius series hook keeper, which if you're a drop shotter is great. You can just put your line through there, cinch it up. I know you weren't real happy with that hook keeper.
It took me a second to figure it out because I didn't know. That
Didn't come with an owner's manual.
Yeah, you just push the bait right into the hole
Now it's nice.
to hold it. It's still okay.
You don't have to unrig your Texas rig.
Correct.
You don't have to unrig your tech. You might want to read that book a little
Well,
more.
let me just say one thing on that rig, if you want to talk or with this. So I'm still not a big fan of this because when they had, and here's the thing, Shimano for years didn't put keepers because
No.
I think people bitched about
Yeah.
most of the time. But the one they had that was hooked down here. The beauty part about that was the guys get my guy trips. I was like, oh man, that's genius. I would put the drop shot weight in there and I use a hair tie and push it against it. When you're running big water, it never comes out.
I don't run big water.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Use a new
I just
hook holder.
I just flop my whole drop shot rig down and let it go.
If you're not so close minded like Greg Dipalma, you'll use the new hook.
Can you feel this? Do you feel this, Nick?
He
Just
can't
put
feel
your hand in the air.
He can't
It's
feel
the
it.
same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's
It is
incredibly
nice.
light.
Nice.
X guides, titanium X guides, transferring over to premium ring titanium frame guides. I mean, Poison Glorious, not here yet. We have every single model on order, all of them. They will be here sometime late September. And if they get here before that, you'll be the second
Yeah.
person to know.
Yep.
How much?
They're in that 6 range. Yeah, I don't have exact pricing. They're in that 6 range.
So they're in between of the.
That was,
there's exactly
and
in
that
between.
was the idea.
And that
The
was the
idea was
idea.
to go a comfortable step between
But make it extremely awesome. That was
X Pride and
ultimate.
Ultima.
Yeah.
Ultima, it's
Poison Adrena
it's
and Ultima.
$980. You know what I mean?
It's a tough one.
So
Guys.
that's where we're at on. Now I want to real quick before we have to close. I want to ask cameraman Nick, because Nick, what you guys don't realize what Nick does. Nick is me and Mike's right hand man. So Nick is shooting all of our social. So what's nice about that is we can book a meeting with, say, Strike King, and we can book 1, 2, 3 meetings with Strike King for Nick. We might be over here. He's over here.
Yeah.
We're over there.
He's
He's
over
over there.
Yeah.
And he
was awesome.
he got to see the product, and he got to talk to the pros that developed it,
Yeah.
and he got to shoot videos with them. So, if you catch Nick,
You had
like,
fun, didn't you, Nick?
I had a blast.
I
I'll
always
bet
do.
you I got a Nick over and under for you.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a lot of money on me today, but I can cover $27 the hard way. My Nick over and under is next year at ICAST. Nick does not wear Hey Dudes.
Oh, so I
'Cause my
had
fans' dogs were barking.
I had over 14,000 steps each day. I was everywhere.
They were hurting bad.
Oh yeah, it's not built for hey dudes. Let me tell you what I did. So these ones are wore out. I feel like a hobbit. You ever watch that? Like their feet were like,
Yeah.
flat? That's how I felt. So as soon as I came home, I'm like, all right, I'm going to the store, and I bought
Ons,
Yes.
my man.
So yeah, we're good. They're like
when you go to ICAST,
You gotta have good. You gotta have good
On.
footwear.
Now, Mike has $29 Pumas that were cutting the through his Achilles tendon. Blood was he was leaving a blood trail by Friday. But other than Mike,
No. Time out.
you got to run ons.
I had Pumas.
Oh, you really need.
Hell,
You know what I'm gonna do next
hell
year?
no.
Next year, I'm getting one of those things that you ride,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna ride around
The hovercraft. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be the only one. doing
Yeah.
it.
That's all right. That's all
I love
right.
it. I love it.
But George,
What was your
all right.
hit me
This
Nick.
one's interesting because it's the only thing I didn't get to do a video on, and we really wanted to. And you're gonna have to help me with the name of this one.
I will.
It was the Missile Baits
Oh,
quickie type bait.
yeah. So
And
it's
the reason why was you have all these different quickie type baits, but theirs to me was the most innovative because they went a total different route.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
did you see it?
Yeah.
I saw the video of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, the collar that a punch skirt is tied on, just picture that. Okay, so now you have your punch skirt tied on there, but you cinch it up real tight so it flares, and then you trim it into the size of a koike, and you mount it on a 90-degree hook. Now, it's essentially, that's not exactly how they did it, but it's a living rubber. I'm calling it a hybrid. I'm calling it a hybrid koike jig.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
And they came up with an innovative way of hanging weights on it.
Saw that.
And those weights, which you'll buy separately, will go with any other koike setup that you can hang a weight on. Owner came out with a new hook with a hanger. Other companies came out with VMC has a hook with a hanger on it where you can hang a weight. So you could take John Cruz's weights, clickety, clickety, click, and he's making those same exact weights with a closed eye for free rigging. They got it done right. Now, we didn't get a chance to shoot the video. It's a very hectic.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we were going to start our tackle shop live down there in the missile booth. It was just crazy. And the whole thing's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
They were busy. We were busy. Everybody was busy. And
It was nuts.
we couldn't.
And that's always the end of the
And I
show.
don't know
Yeah,
what
it's always the end of the show.
I don't know what it's called, Nick.
And
but,
it was.
but I got to
It's
ask Greg.
Ike's
It is Ike something.
urchin jig or
But
something.
I want to ask Greg something with it. I know you didn't get to see it, but when you've seen it, what's your first thoughts of how you'd want to use it?
I have just cast that efficiency.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
got to see how
I got to see. Yeah, I want to see it in the water.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. So if he has 5 colors, I want all 5 colors, and I want to cast every one of them colors at the same fish.
See how they react.
Yeah.
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 I just thought it was innovative for where everybody else is going.
I agree 100%. It was outside the box. It was not
Wow.
what everybody else is doing. It was good.
And that's what they do. And by the way, it's a collab with Greenfish Tackle. And John Hare and his team at Greenfish, quality USA made products. So when you buy a Greenfish jig, you're getting as good. I mean, it might not be the best jig in the world, but you're getting it's tied with it.
Yeah.
A jig head, whatever, it doesn't matter. A buzz bait, doesn't matter. Might not be the best in the world, but it's tied for first.
Yeah.
And John sat down with him and said, here's what I want to do. And John Hare said, yeah, let's work on this. And it took him like a year. Now, Mike.
Yeah.
Whoops. Knock him up.
What you want to know what mine is?
Well, I'm just curious.
Well-
what was your number one?
What
grabbed you?
there's so many things out there, but one of the things last year that really got me going was the Strike King tater hog swim bait, and how
You liked that, didn't you?
that was a great swim bait. It's that one right over there, Greg.
Mhm.
That thing swims great. It was designed by a guy who is one of the best out there,
They call him the tater hog.
and
I know other guys.
yeah, and he was the guy who said, "Hey, I want to bring this to the public without the $150 to $300 price tag that he gets for his resin bait." So they collaborated with it, they worked hard on it, and they came up with that.
That was the Hogfather.
The Hogfather.
Yeah.
So that's the Hogfather. Well, they came out with a junior version, which I think is called the I forget the name of it, like something hog.
the hustling hog.
Oh, hustling hog. So it's not the 6-inch, it's like a 4-inch.
It's literally from here to here.
Yeah, it's like a smaller
It's that
version,
big.
but with the same quality. And what I really liked about it was they didn't sacrifice on just throwing something out on the market. They worked on this thing they were working on the smaller one before they were working on the big one, is what the guy told me. And the big one was easier to make swim right. This one was the harder one, and they brought it out this year instead of last year, and perfect size. I was excited about that one.
It's going to be real comfortable with a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's gonna
$39.99
Yeah.
too, so it's not terrible.
the Hogfather is freaking badass.
You know who got on that? The striper fishermen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe
yeah.
it. I believe
I
it.
saw pictures of big stripers with
Yeah.
the hog farmer gone
Mhm.
Yeah.
sideways in the
Yeah.
gullet. Striper dead.
Striper.
Striper's dead. He's dead. He gone. He gone.
Last meal.
He just attacked and maimed the wrong plug.
They're catching a lot of fish on glide baits.
That's
And-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
glide
in the
baiting for
surf.
stripers.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like
Big
that.
deal.
It's a cool market.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah.
Preview next
Preview.
week.
Yeah.
Got something special coming from iCast. You like chatterbaits? Do you like chatterbaits? Well, be here at 7:00 next week because
We got some stuff. You don't want to miss a Tackle Shop Live between now and December the
next
31st.
iCast show.
Because we got some great stuff coming. Greg Dipalma,
Yo.
thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah, Greg.
You were the
having me.
best. We really appreciate you. You're always bringing cutting edge stuff to our show,
Heck yeah.
and that's what we're about. And we really, really, really appreciate it.
Can I
You-
make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I think we should do a sale here in the summer because it's way better getting out of my truck with shorts on.
Yeah.
Seriously. I got out. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
"It's
don't
not
like
too
that.
bad here."
Yeah,
You don't like that in January, do you?
I mean, I
It's-
deal with it, but
yeah, he don't like it.
You know, you should buy a pair of them insulated flip flops like Joey has.
it's not that I'm cold. I just don't like it.
I know. Nobody likes the cold. Nobody likes the
Let's
cold.
do a
Winter
summer-
sucks, doesn't it?
I understand.
Yeah, winter blows.
Winter
Well,
sucks.
I'll tell you what, we'll have a Greg Dipalma day when you get home from your next round of tournaments.
Sounds good.
We'll have a Greg Dipalma day.
After a blue trophy.
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Get a blue trophy
You know what we're
or
gonna
two.
do? We're going to do
And-
a live on the water, all four of us in the boat with the trophy.
I love it.
And
If I win, you better be there.
Oh,
You
you
don't
mean
even
after
have
the
to-
tournament?
Yeah.
oh, don't freaking worry.
Don't
It's
even worry
guaranteed.
about that.
That-
I mean,
we
what?
it's
Just saying.
dude.
talking to,
How
bro?
do you even say that? We
Listen,
had
if you are
the
winning,
the one in Florida. We had tickets booked.
if you're winning, we're on the way, and you better get your boys ready. Tell old J-Po he better be ready to roll, man, because
He's ready. Don't worry. He's always ready.
we're gonna be about 60 Miller Lights deep when we get there.
Don't worry. The vodka and cranberry will be flowing.
Oh yeah, we'll have a good time
Yeah.
for sure.
Either one, too.
But anyway, Greg, thanks so much for
Yeah.
for being with us again.
Thank
So it's always an absolute pleasure, and I know we work great together, and we just love having you, and we love your enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys weren't listening tonight, picking up the little tidbits, shame on you.
August, when's your next derb?
I think the 14th.
All right.
August the
There's-
14th.
There's just under 300,000 people on here right now.
Yeah.
August the 14th, day one of the elite. Nobody go to work. Everybody
Focus.
live, focus, and let's go.
Let's
Let's go.
go. Let's
go.
Go.
Give him
baby.
hell, Greg.
Yep, absolutely. Until next time, hey, listen, we'll catch you on the next Tackle Shop Live.
A sunny day, right there you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day you called me up, you told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms. Well, I know what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me